In this session, let us continue our discussion for uh, hedging the remaining things like hedging a stock portfolio, hedging a commodity, using futures, and also we'll be looking at something called as cross hedging and hedging using indices. Okay, let's have a look at it. Now consider uh, a portfolio of stocks, portfolio shares of, suppose, HUL. Okay, so we've got some portfolio shares of HUL and we want to hedge this. Now, why are we looking for hedging this? Because it is our estimate or it is our expectation that prices of shares of HUL may fall over next 3 months. So over next 3 months, we estimate that prices of our shares is likely to fall and we want to hedge against it. We don't want our portfolio value to fall because if you're maintaining a portfolio and if you're not able to maintain the balance value of it, then quite likely that the portfolio value may fall and accordingly the mutual fund जो value है NAV value that may also fall. So we want to hedge this shares for the next 3 months. So what should I do in the futures market to hedge this? My objective is to hedge these shares on shares of HUL. What should I do in the futures market? Can I take a long position in futures market or a short position in futures market? Yep. Bolo. Should I take a long position or a short position in the futures market?
So short.
Short position. You're correct, Nia. We'll have to take a short position. Now, what's the reasoning for taking a short position? That's pretty simple. If I take a short position in futures market, and if it falls over the next 3 months, if the future price, I can say the value of HUL shares falls over the next 3 months, even the futures market price is going to fall. So later on, when I'm going to close it by taking a buy position or a long position, I'll be having a profit over here. And that profit will offset the fall in the shares of the HUL. So that is how we simply hedge for it. That's how we simply hedge our portfolio by undertaking a position in the futures market. We'll illustrate that practically also. Okay. And Similarly, so if I am having a portfolio of shares, to hedge it, I'll have to take a short position. Now, what shall I do if I want to hedge a portfolio of shares of, let's say, Mindtree Limited? Have you heard this company, Mindtree Limited?
Yes, sir. Recent IPO.
Hmm. So portfolio shares of Mindtree Limited. How can I hedge it? What shall I do to hedge this portfolio of Mindtree Limited? ये यहाँ पे जो हम लोग ने short बोला, this was short on futures of HUL. So if I want to hedge the portfolio of Mindtree Limited, what should I do? Because the objective over here is to same, to keep the value of our portfolio intact. So what should I do to hedge the portfolio shares of Mindtree Limited? Can I short the futures of Mindtree Limited? Yes or no? Can I short the futures of Mindtree Limited? Yeah. Let's go to
Sir,
NSE.
we can do both, no?
We can do.
We can
Mhm.
we can do both, no? Like short or long.
No, you cannot do a long. Because if you take a long position and tomorrow the share prices fall, even the futures prices will fall and your current stock valuation will also fall. In both ways, you will incur losses. So if you want to hedge, if you're losing in one area, you should be gaining in the other area. So remember, when you have a portfolio and you have to hedge it, you'll have to take always a short position. Okay. So just go to NSE website and check whether futures of Mindtree are available. Futures of HUL are definitely available. Just go to NSE website and check whether futures of Mindtree Limited are available or not.
Yes, sir.
Are the futures of Mindtree Limited available?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Like there's a recent there'll be an expiry date on 31st December.
Sir,
Hmm.
for Mindtree Limited, I've opened my trading app, but I can see that there is a price for certain expiry dates, but the volume is showing as zero. So I don't know
Hmm.
why is that the case.
Okay, let me just share my browser and let's have a look. Okay, I look for NSE. And I just search for maybe, Mindtree in equity. Are there derivatives available? Yes, these are available. You can see stock options, stock futures, they're available. The three contracts are available, definitely. So obviously I can hedge it by using the futures of Mindtree. So if I am skeptical about the price of Mindtree over next 3 months, I can simply short the February futures. Okay. So now if I have, let's say, a portfolio of some other shares, let's say um, shares of yep, TDPR. You see, this company ka shares, MT Educare, you find that this company ka shares are only in the equity segment. We don't have a derivative over here. Can you see it? Can you make the observation? When we were at Mindtree, we had equity, we also had the derivative segment. But for this company, MT Educare, we don't have the derivative segment. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So now if I want to hedge this, if I have a portfolio of MT Educare Limited ka shares and I want to hedge this, how can I do that? Because I don't have the futures available now.
So can we go short on the share itself?
Short on the share itself, मतलब share ही बेच देगा तू, तो तेरा portfolio खाली हो गया.
No, sir, in a separate transaction.
ये stock exchange से separate transaction नहीं लेता है. And how can you go stock on the share, मतलब short on the actual share? Actual share तेरे पास होगा तो ही तू बेच पाएगा.
नहीं सर, वो तो ब्रोकर से जाता है ना. Okay, we are not assuming there's a broker.
ब्रोकर होगा तो भी तेरे पास अगर एक्चुअल स्टॉक है तो ब्रोकर तेरा स्टॉक बिकवाएगा. Any way by which we can, hedge this portfolio? When we have such a situation that the exact matching futures are not available in the market, the exact matching futures are not available in the market. To hedge our portfolio, we do something called as index hedging or cross hedging. We do something called as index hedging and cross hedging. Now, what is this index hedging and what is this cross hedging? उसके पहले अपने को index कैसे बनता है, we'll have to understand that. And then after that, we will see how do we hedge our position using index and cross. And then we'll practically illustrate with the help of a data and the Excel sheet also. Okay. So let me just tell you how an index is formed. Now, when I say index, I'm talking of NSE and BSE का जो indices है, Nifty, Sensex, these are the indices. So we'll have a look how these indices are formed. Okay. Are we aware of what this Sensex and Nifty are?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
Nifty is a index of 50 companies from NSE, which tells us the overall change.
Okay. And Sensex is a index for
NSE.
Sensex is a index of
Sensex is 30 companies from the Sensex is 30 companies
yeah.
from the Bombay Stock Exchange, and Nifty is 50 companies from the National Stock Exchange.
Okay. So how are these indices constructed? Or
Certain companies are chosen which are considered to be representative of the market,
hmm,
and then certain weightages are assigned to those companies according to which price fluctuations adjust the index values.
okay. Uh, then why is Sensex a bit higher? A bit what? It's a lot higher than Nifty. Sensex is what? It's around
40,
um,
I think around 46,
45, 46.
46,000.
Nifty is around 13,500, 14,000. Why is Nifty lower than Sensex then? Yeah.
Sir, I'm not sure, but is it because of the higher number of companies?
निफ्टी का तो ज्यादा नंबर ऑफ कंपनी है ना सेंसेक्स में तो 30 है
So the base value of, from where you started the comparison might be different.
yes Sensex is a older index than that of Nifty. Nifty came into existence from like 92 onwards. Sensex is way before that, and therefore Sensex is having a higher value. So how a typical index is constructed? Let's take an example with just 3 companies. तो 3 कंपनी का सपोज अगर मैं इंडेक्स बनाता हूं तो उसका इंडेक्स कैसे बनेगा? Suppose there are 3 companies. We are on day 0. So day 0 पे there are 3 companies which are listed A, B and C. उनका first trading price, that is the price at which the trading started. Let's say A was priced at 80, B is priced at rupees 50, C is priced at rupees 120. 3 company है. Now when I want to create an index, I calculate something called as free float market cap. Now what is this free float market cap? Free float market cap is value of all shares of company excluding promoter stake. प्रोमोटर का स्टेक को छोड़ के बाकी सारे शेयर जितने भी है मार्केट में उनका हम लोग फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैप निकालते हैं. तो लेट्स से डे 0, 80, 50 एंड 120 एंड टोटल शेयर्स जो है ए बी और सी के let's say I'm just talking of total shares, then free float shares. So इसके let's say total 10,000 shares are outstanding in the market. 50,000, sorry, for company B it is 50,000. For company C it is let's say 80,000. And free float percentages जो है इसका 60% है, इसका 55% and इसका 35%. So free float shares are going to be translated into how many shares? पहला वाला 6,000, दूसरा वाला 50 का 55%.
27,500.
500.
27,500 shares. These many number of shares are freely available. These are excluding a promoter stake. Or I can say these are the shares which are available for trading purpose. Then next is 80,000 ka 35%, which is
28.
28,000. Okay. So now if I ask you what is free float market cap on day 0, free float market cap कितना होगा? हर एक कंपनी का निकाल सकते हैं. 80 into 6,000, that is 4,80,000. Then next is 50 into 27,500. That's 13,75,000. Then 120 into 28,000. 33,60,000. तो टोटल फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैप अपना हो गया 95,35,000. So you've got total free float market cap as 95,35,000. This is on day 0. Now tomorrow on day 1, that is day 1 के end पे, suppose the prices became 82, 53, 115, or maybe let's say 121, let's assume. So now if I want to calculate free float market cap on day 1, I should multiply, or how will I get this free float market cap on day 1? किसको किससे multiply करो बोलो?
82 into 6,000.
Yes, so 82 into 6,000, 53 into 27,500, 121 into 28,000. तो ये multiply करके मेरे को ये total free float market cap on day 1 इसका value बताओ.
$53 lakh.
53 lakh.
नहीं, sorry.
ये numbers correct है मेरे पास.
Sir, वो number correct है, but total I think so wrong है.
Total wrong है. 33 lakh 60 plus 13 lakh 75,000 plus 48 lakh.
So that's 4 lakh 80, no?
4 lakh 80 है वो. हाँ वही लफड़ा हो गया.
Should be 52 lakh 15,000.
Yeah. 52 lakh 15,000. Okay. So free float market cap on day 1 कितना था?
53,37,500.
53,37,500.
Yes.
Okay. So now अपना day one का जो index होगा, that we are going to compute it using this. So हम लोग बोलेंगे यहाँ पे मेरा index starting में 1000 था. It always starts with 1000. So free float market cap on day one, how much is the index going to be? You can simply undertake a cross multiplication and get the answer. कितना था? 53,37,500 into 1000 divided by 52,15,000.
1023.49.
1023.49. This is free float market cap on day one के हिसाब से आपका index इतना है. Now again free float market cap on day two आप निकालोगे and suppose now that it become 53 lakhs. So how can we get the new index value? How can we get the new index value? The formula for the index will be,
We'll multiply it with 1023 and divide by 53,37,500.
yeah, you can do that, or even you can multiply this 53 lakh with 1000 and divide by this. But generally what we use is use this method only. So index, when we calculate index for current day, is simply going to be free float market cap for current day into index for previous day divided by free float market cap for previous day. So this is how all our indices are calculated, and that represents the overall picture of the market. It represents the overall picture of the market as to whether the share prices are increasing or decreasing. Now, in case of futures, does it really require delivery of the underlying? Does it really require delivery of the underlying?
No.
Futures mein nahi. It's just the profit or loss which is booked. Now, due to this settlement wala feature in the futures, that is, you just book the net profit or net loss. Because of that thing, because of this speciality of futures, that is, you're not required to you're not required to deliver actually the underlying. You can create futures on any damn thing. Anything which can be measured and which is subject to fluctuation, you can create futures on it. Like for example, Manan, what is your weight?
No idea.
अरे फेंक ना कुछ भी.
65.
ठीक है चल. Current weight of Manan is 65. ठीक है. Me and Shashank enter into a future contract. So I am on the other one side. Shashank is on the other side. I say I will take a long position on Manan's weight. So I am long on Manan's weight. Shashank says, sir, I am short on Manan's weight. That is based on our own information and our own interpretation of things. We have recently come to know, Shashank is also having the same information. I am also having the same information that Manan has recently been through breakup. ठीक है? Manan का recently breakup हुआ. So I am of the opinion that I should be long on Manan's weight. Now, when I'm saying long on Manan's weight, what am I really thinking of Manan's weight? Is it going to increase or is it going to decrease? When I'm saying that I'm long on Manan's weight.
Decrease.
Decrease. मैं अगर मनन का वेट आज खरीद रहा हूँ लॉन्ग है तो व्हाट इज माय एंटिसिपेशन फ्यूचर में वेट बढ़ेगा ना इंक्रीज राइट तो आई एम ऑफ द ओपिनियन कि उसका रिसेंटली ब्रेकअप हुआ है तो ही इज गोइंग टू बी गेनिंग अ लॉट ऑफ वेट एंड ऑन द अदर साइड शशांक इज सेइंग दैट ही हैज lost a very important person from his life, so he is going to undergo a weight loss. खाना पीना छोड़ देगा, full एकदम देवदास बन जाएगा, and he is going to lose out on his weight. But I am saying that he is going to be a happy person maybe after 1 month, and then he is going to start gaining weight. So I am long on Manan's weight for let's say 6 months, and he is short on Manan's weight for let's say 6 months. So now when I say long on Manan's weight and short on Manan's weight, so both of us agreed that I agreed that I will, buy Manan's weight by, a fixed price has been decided between both of us. Let's say the price that has been, or the weight that has been fixed is that I'm long on Manan's weight at let's say 68, and same way Shashank is also short on Manan's weight at let's say 68. So obviously now after 6 months, actual weight of Manan, it turns out to be 75. Who stands to gain and who stands to lose?
So long party stands to gain. Yeah. The long party will gain.
Yes, the long party is going to gain. Because long party ne, I have taken a long position at 68. Shashank has taken a short position at 68. So now when the actual weight is 75, we'll have to close out our position by taking opposite position. तो opposite मैंने short किया 75, उसने long किया 75, तो I am gaining by 7, and here Shashank is losing by 7. So moral of the story is you can create futures on any damn thing which can be measured in numbers. Which can be measured in numbers. जिसकी कोई भी चीज को अगर आप नंबर में मेजर कर सकते हो जिसका फ्लक्चुएशन हो सकता है फ्यूचर में, you can create futures on that. It is plain as simple as that, betting. Okay, recently in US, if you would have heard, they have started trading on water futures. Have you heard of it?
No,
have you heard of it? Water futures? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, they have started trading on water futures also. So you can just search the net and you can identify that they have started trading on water futures also. So water ka price can be determined. It can be determined using the fair market valuation. Fluctuation hota hai price mein, and accordingly uske upar bhi unhone futures banaya. So because of this very important characteristic of future, you can create futures on anything which can be measured in numbers. I can create futures on someone's weight. I can create futures on the quantity of rainfall that will be received. I can create futures on the wind speed, on the water levels, groundwater levels. I can create futures on the speed of vehicles. price of a commodity. So because of this feature that कि आप उसको सिर्फ settle करोगे profit या loss book करके, because of this thing you can be creating futures on any damn thing which can be measured in numbers. Is this point clear first up? Are we good with this? Because then इसको मैं आगे लेके जाऊंगा with the index futures. Are we good with it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. So now coming to the next thing, which is about index futures. Now stock market index जो हम लोग ने ये निकाला 1000, 1023 और या फिर ये भी जो नंबर आएगा, all these are indices. Are these indices deliverable?
No.
Are these indices deliverable? Of course not. These are just numbers which will keep on fluctuating because of the underlying values that we have for the stocks. So can we have futures on these indices?
Yes, sir.
Can we have futures on these indices? Of course, yes. Acha, but usme settlement भी again, it's going to be only on the basis of buying and selling position. उसमें कोई delivery नहीं होगा. It just would be a buying and selling position. So for example, ये वाला अगर मैं index calculate करूँ, can anyone help me? What is this number? What is this index? मतलब second day का index क्या है बताओ जरा? कितना था? 10
You want the actual index?
So second day के prices कहाँ हैं?
प्राइसेस छोड़ ना, मैं तेरे को ये दे दिया ना, फ्री फ्लोट मार्केट कैप डायरेक्ट दिया ना तेरे को.
Sir, 1016.30.
1016.30. Okay. Now, suppose I cannot buy and sell the indices because these are not actual deliverables, but I can definitely have my futures. So I can have index futures. So index futures will be a separate trading segment, which we will explore it through our NSE website also. Index futures, let's say on 0th day, index future was 1010. On second day, it becomes 1034.96. And then third day, it become 1027.10. Okay. So these are the index futures. So now if I take a position in index futures on day 0 by taking a long position and then closing it on day 2 by taking a what position? क्या position लूंगा बोलो? अगर day 0 पे मैंने long लिया था, even if I want to close it, I'll have to take a what position? Day 2 पे. Hello.
Yes, sir.
क्या पोजीशन लेंगे हम यहाँ पे? मैंने स्टार्टिंग में अगर लॉन्ग लिया था, उसको क्लोज करने के लिए शॉर्ट लेंगे,
Short,
राइट?
short.
So what will be the position? What will be the effect of this pricing? What will be the effect of this going long and short? Will I be making a profit or will I be making a loss?
Profit.
There will be a profit, right? So the profit will be simply, I can say 17.10 का profit होगा. ठीक है?
Yes.
So this is what we say. कि index futures में you can have a long position, you can have a short position, and then that is going to, when you close the position, you will make a profit or loss. ठीक है? अच्छा, सामने अभी suppose if I tell you कि मेरे पास पोर्टफोलियो में ये तीनों स्टॉक्स है. मेरे पास पोर्टफोलियो में ये तीनों स्टॉक्स है. and they're in the same proportion as we say over here. ये same, ये जो number of shares है, 6:27.5:28, ये same position में मेरे पास shares है, same proportion में मेरे पास shares है. Can I hedge my portfolio of all these three stocks by taking a position in the index futures? Suppose ये तीनों का मेरे पास stock futures available नहीं है.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Definitely, right? Because this index futures are representative of, can I say, this portfolio only? Am I right? Yes or no? These index futures are ultimately representative of this portfolio. It is just that I need to decide कि मैं कितना उसको कितने contracts लूँ उसके. So for example, if I am having a portfolio worth, let's say 10 lakh. If I'm having a portfolio worth, let's say 10 lakh, and I want to hedge this portfolio. Each index future is available for 1010. How many index futures should I short to hedge it? The index futures to be short for hedging. Index futures to be short for hedging. कितने index futures hedge short करूं? Because each index future is worth 1010. What should I do? What should be the quantity of index futures that I should short for hedging? Any idea? Can I say it should be 10 lakh worth का portfolio है, upon आप 1010 करोगे. So that's 10 lakh divided by 1010, which is like 990 index futures needs to be short. आप 990 index futures short करोगे market में. You're going to short 990 index futures, and that is going to provide you some sort of relief or some sort of benefit कि अगर आपका portfolio का value नीचे जाता है, if the portfolio value goes down, then you will be gaining in the futures market, and that will offset your losses. Are we good till here?
So can you explain this part again? मैं थोड़ा confused हो गया.
See, तेरे पास portfolio worth 10 lakh है, ठीक है? Initial portfolio that you have, that is 10 lakh, and these 10 lakhs are like ये तीनों कंपनी का stocks है in the same proportion. मतलब ये जो free float shares है ना, ये same proportion में तेरे पास ये तीनों कंपनी के stocks है, ठीक है? And उनका worth is let's say 10 lakh. So you are worried that कि सर मार्केट में अगर ये तीनों कंपनी का भाव गिरा तो मेरा पोर्टफोलियो का वैल्यू गिरेगा, तो I want to hedge it or I want to fix the portfolio price. So what will I do is I will be, since I am having this portfolio, to hedge this I need to short the index futures. So index futures are going to be short for hedging. And how many index futures shall I short? The index futures that I'm going to short is 10 lakh divided by 1010, because each index future is having a quotation of 1010. Now, suppose next day your portfolio value.
So how do you get the value of 101?
This is the index future, na? 1010. This is the value of index future. It is based on same the value of future. You take the future as spot plus cost to carry minus convenience yield. So using this thing, we get the index future value as 1010.
Oh, okay.
So suppose now the portfolio value, it reduces from 10 lakh to, let's say, 9 lakh. It reduces from 10 lakh to 9 lakh. So what is the percentage reduction in it? What is the percentage reduction in your portfolio value?
10%.
10%, right? Okay. Now you had short index futures at a price of 1010 into 990. So valuation becomes 1010 into 990. That is worth 9,99,900. This is your short value. Now, at this time when the portfolio value is fallen, if you want to close it, you'll take a long position. And at that time, what will be the value of the index futures? If the portfolio of the stock has fallen by 10%, even the index future will be also falling, not exactly by 10%, but almost equivalent to 10%. Yes or no? Am I right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
If the portfolio falls and that portfolio was representative of the index, so even my index future would have fallen by 10%. So let's say this becomes 902. Let us assume that to be 10%. 902 हो गया रहेगा, around 10% होगा, not exactly 10%, into 990 contracts. So that's 902 into 990 contracts. This becomes 8,92,980. And then if you say, so यहाँ पे there is a gain for us. Which is 1,06,920 ka there is a gain. How much loss was there for you in your actual portfolio? तेरे जो 3 stocks के portfolio थे, उस portfolio में how much was the loss? यहाँ पे तूने gain किया 1 lakh का. What was the loss in your actual portfolio?
1 lakh.
1 lakh. So can I say that 1 lakh is offset by the gain over here? That typical 1 lakh जो loss हुआ, that is offset by the gain over here. So in this way, you can definitely hedge your portfolio by taking index futures. But यहाँ पे अपना ये assumption था कि ये same 3 stock मेरे portfolio में है. अगर मेरे portfolio में कुछ और stocks होंगे, तो how do we hedge that? For that, we'll have to look into the concept of cross hedging and index hedging. Okay. So before that, I'll just give you a 5 minutes ka break, and then we can start talking about the index futures, and then followed by index hedging and cross hedging.
So,
हाँ बोल.
so the student list which you asked from me, so do you want only for the risk students? Because I have given you, I guess, the total number of students ka list.
I wanted for only the risk students, yeah.
ठीक है sir, so I will just edit that and send it.
हाँ तो वापस भेज देना मुझे. Okay, let's continue. I hope everyone is back. Yep.
So
Yeah.
I had a doubt. So
Yeah.
if the portfolio value goes up, then what happens? I mean, then we still have a short position, right?
So you will be making a loss in the futures market, but you will be gaining in the portfolio valuation. No? तो आपका portfolio value 1 lakh से बढ़ जाएगा,
But हाँ,
right?
so हम
And
लोग
there
का
will be a loss of 1
एक
lakh.
लॉस हो रहा है और एक प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, तो
हाँ,
फिर what is the point of doing all this thing?
तो hedge कर रहा है ना, आप अपने portfolio को fix कर रहा है. If you don't hedge it, and after 3 months when you want to liquidate your portfolio, अगर price गिर गया रहेगा, तो आपको कम भाव पे बेचना पड़ेगा, right?
So we'll make only a small amount of profit or loss.
Small amount of profit or loss, I cannot say, but it's not about profit or loss. You are just fixing your portfolio value. What is hedging? Hedging is just fixing up the things. It has nothing to do with your making a profit or loss. Profit or loss का इधर सवाल ही नहीं उठता. It is just about fixing your portfolio value. Like we had in our example earlier, exporter or importer जब था, so we were worried about the prices that the foreign currency may just fluctuate, and according to अपना rupee realization में fall, or it may even be higher. But we were not supposed to take that risk. If you are ready to take the risk, don't hedge it and face the consequences. But if you are not ready to take the risk, so obviously you should hedge your portfolio and fix it. Okay.
Okay, got
There
it.
are basically 3 types of market participants. कहीं पे भी दिखेगा आपको. There are 3 market participants जो आपको दिखेंगे कभी भी. कोई भी position लेता है market में, 3 तरीके का रहेगा. One is going to be an arbitrator. Second is going to be the speculator. Third one is going to be the hedger. अभी hedger में उसका सिर्फ काम यही है कि उसके portfolio के value को fix करना है. Okay. And this hedger, इसको अगर मैं अपना normal language में बोलेगा, arbitrator is the शाना आदमी, speculator अपना जिगरा होता, and hedger फट्टू होता है. Because the hedger is worried about कि prices may fluctuate and he may lose out on his value. So he's really worried about that. He takes a position such that portfolio value fix हो जाता है. मतलब एक जगह पे loss हुआ तो दूसरी जगह से उसको profit कमा के वो बच जाएगा. If you don't want to do that, if you just want to make profits by speculating, then you take a speculation position. You buy futures SA. You buy the futures SA. You don't have any underlying. You just undertake a speculation activity. And that's where you try to make profits. Arbitrator क्या है वो? That's a very smart guy who just takes into account the difference in the prices, takes a position and gets a riskless profit. Okay, तो यहाँ पे we are talking of the hedger where you are going to fix your portfolio value. Are we good?
सर
हाँ.
लाइक इधर हमने शॉर्ट किया, हम लॉन्ग भी कर सकते हैं ना इसमें?
बेटा तू लॉन्ग करेगा तो तेरी दोनों तरीके से बचेगी.
सर लॉन्ग करूंगा तो कैसे, मतलब लाइक अगर सपोज के मैंने अभी लॉन्ग किया और फिर प्राइसेस इंक्रीज हो गया तो मेरा पोर्टफोलियो वैल्यू तो इंक्रीज हो ही जाएगा ना?
पोर्टफोलियो वैल्यू इंक्रीज होगा, फ्यूचर्स का वैल्यू भी इंक्रीज होगा. फ्यूचर्स में भी गेन
मेरा
करेगा, पोर्टफोलियो में भी गेन करेगा. बराबर.
बट नहीं, अगर मेरा प्राइसेस बढ़ा तो पोर्टफोलियो वैल्यू में मेरा प्रॉफिट होगा और इधर मेरा लॉस हो जाएगा ना फ्यूचर्स में.
फ्यूचर्स में लॉस कैसे होगा? तूने लॉन्ग किया है 1010.
हाँ
ठीक है, और जब तू शॉर्ट कर रहा है प्राइस बढ़ गया ना, तू बोला,
हाँ
तो ये भी तो बढ़ जाएगा, फिर मे बी ये 1020 हो जाएगा फिर. क्योंकि अगर अंडरलाइन का वैल्यू बढ़ता है तो फ्यूचर्स का भी वैल्यू बढ़ेगा ना. बिकॉज वी हैव सीन द रिलेशन फ्यूचर्स इज इक्वल टू स्पॉट प्राइस प्लस कॉस्ट टू कैरी माइनस कन्वीनियंस यील्ड. मेजर
Yeah.
पोर्शन जो डिटरमाइन करता है वो है स्पॉट प्राइस, बाकी कॉस्ट टू कैरी और कन्वीनियंस यील्ड तो ये तो नॉमिनल फिगर्स होते हैं जो थोड़ा सा उसको ऐड करेंगे या थोड़ा सा उसको डिक्रीज करेंगे, बट मेजर कंट्रीब्यूटर टू द फ्यूचर्स वैल्यू इज द स्पॉट प्राइस।
हाँ सो
Right.
मतलब अगर प्राइस कम हुआ तो दोनों में लॉस होगा फिर।
हाँ, फिर दोनों में तेरी बचेगी।
ओके गॉट इट।
Yeah, so you always take a opposite position. Just keep this as a thumb rule कि आप स्पॉट में जो कर रहे हो, कैश मार्केट में जो कर रहे हो, उसका ऑपोजिट आप उसमें करोगे फ्यूचर्स में, तो ही आपका पोजीशन हेज रहेगा। अदरवाइज यू आर एक्सपोजिंग इट टू हायर रिस्क। Are we good?
यस सर।
Okay. Sure. Now let's look at how do we really hedge our portfolio of stock, or how do we hedge a stock using इंडेक्स फ्यूचर्स को यूज करके मैं अपने पोर्टफोलियो को कैसे हेज करूंगा जब मेरे पास इंडेक्स वाला पोर्टफोलियो था तो वो तो मैं डायरेक्टली भेजूंगा, बट इफ आई हैव सम स्टॉक जिसका फ्यूचर्स अवेलेबल नहीं है, ना ही वो इंडेक्स का पार्ट है, so how do we go about it? Let's see. Let's say I want to hedge my portfolio of stock of, let's say, MT Educare. MT Educare, iska futures was not available. उनका फ्यूचर्स अवेलेबल नहीं है, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर इंडेक्स ऑल्सो, तो वो निफ्टी का भी पार्ट नहीं है, सेंसेक्स का भी पार्ट नहीं है। सो इफ आई हैव अ पोर्टफोलियो ऑफ एमटी एडुकेयर, हाउ कैन आई हेज इट? ठीक है, नाउ टू हेज दिस थिंग, इसको हेज कैसे करते हैं मैं पहले आपको थियरी बताता हूँ, then we will practically implement it by downloading the data of MT Educare, Nifty, and then working out with them. Okay, so to hedge this, to hedge these shares, we undertake index hedging. We undertake index hedging. Now, how do we undertake this index hedging? So index hedging में how do we undertake that hedging activity? उसके लिए सबसे पहले मुझे निकालना पड़ेगा something called as hedge ratio, or I can say that is called as beta. Have you heard this term, beta of a stock?
Yes, sir.
What is the beta of a stock? If I say, let's say beta of a stock is 1.5, what does this mean?
Does it determine the volatility of?
Volatility, yes.
So it shows how sensitive the stock is to the market as a whole.
Correct. So that shows the sensitivity of a stock to the market as a whole. So if I say beta is 1.5, so what does that? What is the meaning of that 1.5 term in a plain language?
If stock market goes up by 1.5%, so our stock will go up by 1.5%.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to use this hedge ratio to determine कि मैं index hedging कैसे करूंगा. So यहाँ पे to hedge this MT Educare का portfolio, I'll have to undertake index hedging. So now to undertake index hedging, first चीज जो मुझे चाहिए वो है beta, or I can say that's called as the hedge ratio. Now how do we get this beta? This beta is nothing but regression coefficient. That's simply the regression coefficient of stock on index. तो basically beta जो calculate होता है, that is simply calculated as correlation between both of them into standard deviation of the stock upon standard deviation of the index. ये आप लोग को पहले से पता ही होगा, since you are stat students, तो regression term आपको ये पता ही होगा. Okay, so beta is R into standard deviation of S upon standard deviation of I. That's how we get beta. The first step that we are going to do to hedge our portfolio is to calculate the beta of the stock. Second step is determine portfolio value to be hedged. You determine portfolio value to be hedged. Now portfolio value to be hedged मतलब क्या होगा? That is simply going to be market price per share into number of shares जितने भी है आपके पास. ठीक है, whatever number of shares you have, market price per share देखो into number of shares that you have. ये इतना वैल्यू आपको पोर्टफोलियो का हेज करना है. तो वी आर जस्ट लुकिंग एट द थियरी पार्ट. प्रैक्टिकली वी विल सॉल्व इट इन एक्सेल एंड देन वी विल वाइंड अप फॉर द डे. ओके, सो दैट्स द सेकंड स्टेप कि आप ये डिटरमाइन करो कि आपके पास कितना वैल्यू ऑफ पोर्टफोलियो है जिसको आपको हेज करना है. तो हर एक स्टॉक का जिसको भी आपको हेज करना है उसका मार्केट प्राइस निकालो इनटू नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स करो, सो दैट यू गेट कि आपको आपका पोर्टफोलियो का वैल्यू कितना है जिसको आपको हेज करना है. थर्ड थिंग इज डिटरमाइन value of index. Determine value of index to be short. Value of index to be short, or I can say value of index नहीं बोल सकता, I can say value of index future to be short, because index को तो बेच नहीं सकते, but we can definitely short index future. Determine the value of index future to be short. And this is the last step. Now how much of index future am I going to short? That is simply, let me name this as value of our portfolio. That is simply going to be value of portfolio into beta. So suppose if my value of portfolio is 1 crore and my beta value is 1.1 and my beta value is 1.1. So what should be the value of index futures that I should short sell or that I should short? 1 crore, और अगर बीटा वैल्यू 1.1 है, so what should be the value of index future that I should short?
1.1 crores.
Yes, 1.1 crore worth of index futures we are going to short. And then finally, for last step is to determine number of index futures to be short. Number of index futures to be short. यहाँ पे I call this as value of futures, and value of futures divided by index future per contract. तो per unit of index को आप इससे divide करोगे, and that will determine the number of index futures. So what we will do is we will download the data. Nifty का data download करेंगे, MT Educare का data download करेंगे. Then we will first calculate the beta for it. पहले उसका beta calculate करेंगे using slope function. Then after calculating beta, then we will look for कि मेरा portfolio value एक hypothetical number लेंगे, number of shares, उस हिसाब से market price per share निकालेंगे. Then value of index futures ये करेंगे. The number of index futures to be short ये position लेंगे. And then after that we will backtest whether our hedging really worked or not. Are we good with it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just want you to first download the data. मैं आपको dates देता हूँ कब से कब तक का आपको data download करना है. Let's say you calculation we will have to do, but data लेट्स से लास्ट 1 साल का डेटा लेते, गेट द मार्केट प्राइस पर शेयर ऑफ सपोज MT Educare फ्रॉम लेट्स से 1st Jan से ले लो, 1st Jan 2020 से लेकर करंट डेट तक. करंट डेट मतलब स्पेसिफिकली आई विल टेल यू, calculated till 22nd of December 20. ये कैलकुलेट करो एंड ऑल्सो ऑब्टेन निफ्टी का भी डेटा निकालो फ्रॉम 1/1/2020 टू 22/12/2020, ऑल यूजिंग हिस्टोरिकल डेटा. तो इंडाइसेस निफ्टी का इतने टाइम पीरियड का वैल्यूज एंड एमटी एडुकेयर का भी इतने टाइम पीरियड का वैल्यूज. लेट्स जस्ट ट्राई टू डाउनलोड दिस. फिर उसके बाद हम लोग ये पूरा प्रोसीजर वो एक्सेल फाइल पे करेंगे. If you want, you can take it down on a piece of paper or take a screenshot of these 4 steps, and then we will work it out on the Excel sheet. I'll just give you maybe 5 minutes to download the data. Go ahead. थोड़ा NSE का वेबसाइट को थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करो and try to get the historical prices of the stock and historical values of the Nifty index.
सर निफ्टी का फ्यूचर्स डाउनलोड करना है?
नहीं, फ्यूचर्स है, निफ्टी का एक्चुअल प्राइसेस. फ्यूचर्स तेरे को इतने टाइम पीरियड का मिलेगा भी नहीं, क्योंकि फ्यूचर्स 3 महीने में एक्सपायर हो जाते हैं.
So that trade data हम लोग को 1 month ही करने का है ना?
ट्रेड डेटा 1 मंथ नहीं,
नहीं, वो
डेली
ऐसा-
डेली प्राइसेस,
अच्छा 1 day.
डेली प्राइसेस लो. Did you get the NSE ka index values?
Yes, sir. It is in the old website.
Yeah, maneuvering the.
There's a link above. Yeah.
Hmm. Old website where you go to, I think.
I went to products and then did it. Products, indices.
Indices, yeah. Capital market indices. Yeah, here the historical data. Search. New website थोड़ा सा तकलीफ है. So we want it from Jan 1st till the current date, that is 22nd तक. Get data. Yeah. Download it. Okay. So we have both of them now. Now let's quickly open both of them. Merge the data into together. We'll just need the closing values from both of them. Yeah, so this is, I think ये index का data है. So let's just cancel out everything and just keep the closing values over here. This is our index from 1st of Jan. Then I'll open up Educare का prices also. इसका भी, let me just take, now यहाँ पे थोड़ा लोचा है. Remember the values are in, other order, that is, it is from newest to oldest. I need to sort this data. So sort it as oldest to newest. So we'll just keep this things, date and the closing prices, and let me just copy it over here. And this is Educare. Okay. Let us just match if the last values are equal to each other. Like, okay, it's all fine. Things are matching. So let us just club it together. Just club it together. Now, are we ready till here? यहाँ तक पहले आप लोग आ जाओ. Date, सामने index and उसका MT Educare का prices should be available with you. इसके बाद we'll have to do the calculation of beta. Are we done till here? Once you're done, then let me know. We'll proceed accordingly. Are we done, guys? Till here? Have we reached till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do we get the beta? I need to first calculate the beta over here. Now beta, I told you it's a slope or it's a regression coefficient, but remember it's not a regression coefficient of prices on the index value. What I need is first index return, and I'll also need the stock return. Okay. So how will I compute index return? एक इंडेक्स ने एक पर्टिकुलर डे पे कितना रिटर्न दिया, हाउ विल आई कंप्यूट?
Close price of today upon close price of yesterday minus 1.
Yes, so close price of today upon close price of yesterday, reduce it by 1, so that gives me index ka return. So that's going to be there for all of them. Same thing is going to be even for the stock return. So stock return ko bhi we'll just drag it, and maybe just for visual better presentation we can convert it into percentage. तो ये हो गया आपका index return and stock return. Now to get the beta of limited, Excel में कौन सा कुछ कमांड पता है आपको? How to get the beta of any stock? Slope कैसे निकालना है? क्या क्या?
Equal to slope.
Yes.
Equal to slope.
So we have got a slope function. So known y's are our stock returns. Known x are the index returns. And when I calculate it, that works out to be 0.18129. Or let me just keep it up to 4 decimals. 0.1813 is the beta of this stock. This is the beta of the MT Educare Limited. This is the beta of MT Educare Limited. Let me just put it a bit sideways because यहाँ पे कुछ और data आएंगे शायद अपने. So this is the beta of MT Educare Limited, 0.1813. Now let us assume we have 1 crore shares of MT Educare Limited. So if I make that assumption of having 1 crore shares of MT Educare Limited, what is my portfolio value? My portfolio value to be, which I am intending to hedge. Portfolio value to be hedged is going to be 1 crore multiplied by market price per share. 1 crore multiplied by market price per share. Now the thing over here is मुझे hedging horizon इसका decide करना पड़ेगा कि कितने time तक इसको मुझे hedge करना है. So let me just do one thing. Let us assume that we want to hedge it from to be hedged from 3 महीने का जो contract रहेगा. Let us assume we want to hedge it from 1st November, October पे we'll have November का, December का also. ठीक है, to be hedged from 1st October to current date. To be hedged from 1st October to current date. So accordingly मेरा portfolio value to be hedged जो है, that will be 1 crore multiplied by 1st October को portfolio value क्या था अपना देखते हैं. 1st October को अपना portfolio value था, or I can say stock का value था 10.55. So this is the portfolio value which we want to hedge. First October को 10.55 value था, तो our portfolio value is 10 crore 55 lakh, and इस portfolio को मुझे hedge करना है. I need to hedge this portfolio. So tell me, what should be quantity of index, or I can say value of index first of all. Okay, my next step वही था. Value of index to be short. What should be the value of index that I should short?
Beta value multiplied by portfolio value.
Yes, so that's going to be beta value, which is this multiplied by the portfolio value. So I need to short this much worth, मतलब 1,91,25 to 601 जितना index मुझे short करना है. I need to short this much of index. So अब वो shorting जो करेंगे, now obviously I'm not going to short index because I cannot sell index, but I can definitely sell index future. So I need to short index futures. Now ये जो index future मुझे short करना है, उसके लिए मुझे index future का value लगेगा from 1st October onwards. So can we get the index future का value? Index future का value मिल सकता है? Obviously I'm talking of index future में कौन सा index हम लोग hedge करेंगे, because we are going to close it on December. Let's say 3 महीने का मुझे hedging करना था to current date, that is 1st October to current date. So I'll take which index future, that is 31st December को expire होने वाला. तो index future expiring on 31st December का values चाहिए मुझे. Can we get it from the NSE website? 31st December को expire होने वाला future का value from 1st October onwards. Can we get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So एक काम करना, just download those index future वाला thing, because इसके बाद it will take some amount of time. I don't want to spill over. We'll stop here for the day. आप index future सिर्फ 31st December को expire होने वाला download करके रखो. इसके ऊपर बाकी का काम we'll do it in the afternoon session. Okay?
सर ये एक बार वैल्यू ऑफ इंडेक्स फ्यूचर कैसे किया वो बता सकते हो?
ये था ना अपना पोर्टफोलियो वैल्यू जो मुझे हेज करना है इनटू द बीटा वैल्यू. ठीक है, तो डाउनलोड द डेटा, जस्ट पेस्ट इट ओवर हियर. विल वर्क इट आउट इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. चलो, बाय बाय एवरीवन.
Bye, sir.